And we
I
are
will. I will be
live.
fine.
We are
All
live.
right.
This is the Radio Takeover with Dee Rivers. This is the live version of it. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're in for a very special treat today because I have a very, very dear and close friend of mine all the way from Martinez, Georgia. And his name is Lynn Webster. He is one of the musical elite in that area. I met Lynn I think Lynn was been about 20 years ago. We close to it. If not, it's heading in that
Oh
direction.
yeah.
It's been a long time.
Oh,
I,
absolutely.
I met Lynn when I was a photographer for the Augusta Chronicle. They had a section that was called Spotted. It was an online edition. And I met him while I was out and about, and he was playing with this band called Pit Boss. And I'm sure, Lynn, you remember them very well.
I don't remember shit about pit balls.
And so there, our friendship began about 20 years ago. I met him because, and one thing that stood out with me about Lynn was he's a damn good guitarist. And another thing that stood out about him was he has this stage presence that it was like very intoxicating. And I'm like, and at the time I was trying to develop my camera eye. I didn't have a very good one at the time. But Lynn helped me to become the photographer that I ended up becoming because I would follow him and the
Wow.
band around. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? Oh, confession.
I did not. I
Con-
I I I am very honored.
well, thank you. Well, you just did, you did you, and I picked up on it, and it was just you were a very easy subject to capture. And once I figured out what I was doing, it was just smooth sailing from that point on. So I'm starting out the gate with thanking you for that because you helped me advance in my career way more than you realize. And I will talk about that at the end. But you did.
Wow, you're wow, that's amazing. I'm flattered.
Oh, well, no, thank you. So we're
So
gonna. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I was going to say that with pit balls, it wasn't really the musicianship in that band. It
Right.
was the entertainment value.
Oh, wow.
Uh, I think all the guys were great players,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the entertainment. We were entertainers,
Right. Right.
so
Definitely.
that's why that band's still together.
They've been together a long time. Long time. When
They
I met
have,
when
they
I
have.
met when I met you, it was Paul Airwood was the lead singer at the time. It
Yep,
was, and of course the wonderful Clint Watts on bass. Uh, Tommy Topper
absolutely.
Tommy Topper South on drums.
No, Tommy was not playing drums. It was wow, it was Jimmy Morano playing drums.
That's right. That's right. It was Jimmy. How's he doing? Is he's still
Yep.
around? He's still around?
I haven't seen him in a while, but he is doing good
Well, good.
from what I
Good.
hear.
Good. And then, it became then more people were added because after you left, then Clay Thomas
Clay
and
Thomas,
Paul Knight joined.
Paul
Now
Knight. Yeah.
Billy McCullough is now the guitarist in the band, and I don't know
Oh
the
my
lead.
God, he is.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
He's amazing. Billy is an amazing player. I don't know the singer
I don't
either,
know him either. I don't know him.
and I apologize to him, but because I should, but
Right.
yeah, Billy is an amazing player.
He really is, and hopefully, in the future, like I said, you're my first guest, and first off, thank you for wanting to do this. I'm honored to even have you here, and
Thank you for having me.
oh, you're welcome, you're welcome, and eventually, hopefully, in the near future, I'll get your former bandmates to also talk about their history. But we're going to start talking about you right now. So tell me,
Okay.
what got, what got you into music? And why guitar? Why not a kazoo? Why not drums? Why not? I mean, what led you on the path, on this path?
So, so I was really into music when I was a kid, meaning when I was 10, starting like when I was 10 years old, and I listened to stuff like Three Dog Night and
Okay.
uh, Elton John and bands like that.
Okay.
The thing that got me into guitar was just a guy that lived down the street from me. He moved in. His name's Eric Gitlin,
Mm-hmm.
and he taught me just enough. He didn't live here very long, but he taught me just enough to where I could learn on my own.
So you are
Uh,
self taught.
excuse me?
You're self taught for the most part as a guitarist.
Mm, I, I would say self-taught, but I picked up stuff from watching other people.
Okay.
So you kind of learn. You kind of learn um, probably 90% of what you learn from your eyes.
Okay.
Just watching people play stuff, or in this case, maybe your ears too.
Okay. So
Um, so yeah, so I would say I was self-taught. I would watch other players, and then and emulate that. But I
okay.
really became um, obsessed with like ACDC and bands like that, and I would say that that's the type of player I am. Although Van Halen 1 really ruined my world. When I heard that, I was like, "What the hell?" I mean, it just amazing.
Oh, that first
I mean,
album was
and I'm
just
not the
yeah.
only one. Yeah, the whole
Oh yeah.
world went,
Oh yeah.
"What the fuck is that? What that's not real." And today, I listen to it still today and play that stuff, and it blows me away.
It was good stuff. So
Hmm.
once you started playing and you got a good feel for guitar, was there anyone you were trying to emulate, or was it like, hey, I'm going to develop my own style and that's that?
So, so I believe what happened there was I just became my own player. I played what I had learned
Okay.
and kind of developed it into something. I didn't try to emulate anyone. Now, of course, my style um, kind of was somewhere between. Okay, so early '80s. I'm listening to stuff like uh, now that Van Halen stuff. I wasn't good enough to play when when it first came out.
Right.
So like '80s, early '80s, I started listening to bands like these hair bands
Mm-hmm.
and started to copy them. And by the time I was good enough to play in a band, uh, it was stuff like Dawkins and Motley Crue and Rat and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that went out. That's why I went out in the '80s, early '80s
Mm-hmm.
to mid '80s. I went out on the road. I left Augusta with $40 in my pocket and moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and found a band. And then I moved to South Florida,
Okay.
and there's just there was just a million places to play down there. And if you knew 100 songs, you could go from band to band to band to band. Because you know how bands are; they just break up like it's going out of style.
That's right.
So I always had a job.
Right.
It was funny when I joined Pit Boss. So I auditioned for them, and we played about 30, 45 minutes, and Clint was like, okay, we're good. And I think we played a show in the next 2 weeks,
You know,
something like that.
I believe it. And I remember when I first saw you all, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been at 1102 Back Bar. Maybe. It's been a long time ago. But
Could have been. Yep.
yeah, but the crowd, huge crowd, very large following. Even today, they still have a large following. I mean, people enjoying themselves. I met Valerie Hendricks.
They do.
Yeah, Valerie Hendricks because of Pitballs. A lot of people I met.
Yeah.
Because of Pitballs. It was just they still are very fun band, very engaging. I enjoyed them. I miss you all. It was a lot of fun. It definitely was. Now tell me, your first.
Oh yeah, I would love to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, go ahead.
I said I would love to be in a band like that now, but I've actually changed from being say an entertainer to being a real musician now. Like now I spend more time working on the music
Mm-hmm.
than I ever have.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
I think so too.
So what I plan to do, with this band I'm with now,
Mm-hmm.
which is called Mint,
Okay.
we hope so the plan was before what happened last year.
Right.
We were going to we put the band together and we were rehearsing. We played some bars here in Augusta. We played
Mm-hmm.
Arts and the Hearts, and what our plan was to play festivals,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and not beat the bar scene to death anymore.
Okay.
So so now I still have that plan in place.
Well, good. I have some
So
clips
so I
that you.
just
No, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was going to
No,
say.
I was just saying that. So now that, damn it, would you stop talking over me?
We do this every time. Go ahead. I'm going to shut up. Go ahead.
This is my show. No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
Now I don't forgot what the hell I was gonna say.
You, you were talking about a mint and your plans with a mint.
Yep. So we were going to get together in January,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody kind of got busy, so we
Right.
said, okay, end of February, 1st of March.
Right.
Then what happens? The zombie apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Yep.
So Saturday will be the first time we get together,
Great.
and we're going to start writing.
Very good. Looking forward to hearing
Yep.
that. So
Oh,
what?
me too. I can't wait.
So what was your first professional gig?
Wow. My first professional gig. Oh, okay, so no, this is funny because I moved to Myrtle Beach
Mm-hmm.
and I found this band. And I joined this band and we came to Augusta and played a bar here. I don't know if that was my first professional gig, but it was, I have no idea. But that's like one of the first memories I have of being in a professional. Can you see my air quotes? Professional band. I move away from Augusta, and the first thing we do is come to play Augusta.
So it always happens. So you pretty much did your own version of the Chitlin circuit. You had it was a Chitlin circuit. Everybody goes through it who comes from the area that we live in at some point. In order to cut your
Absolutely.
teeth, you do the Chitlin circuit. I started out as a
Yep.
singer doing the same thing, traveling that Chitlin circuit. One moment you could be at a beautiful venue, beautiful lights and stage, and then the next minute you could be in some bar that's like you got to drive 5 miles into the woods. I know you remember
Yeah,
those
and
chicken. Yeah.
And they give you a knife at the door if you don't have one.
You ever played a stage
Yeah.
with a chicken coop? I have with the chicken wire.
I've never played a stage with chicken wire, but I have had bottles. I've had bottles thrown at me,
Oh,
and I don't think it wasn't because the band was bad. It was just like that's what they did.
it was a
They just threw
celebration.
bottles. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was like, "What the hell?" And like, oh no, that's a good thing. I'm like, okay, it's not a good thing. It's a good thing I got a big piece of wood in my hand. That was but that only happened like in one place. So I don't know if that was just their thing, or maybe I was supposed to pick the bottle up and throw it back at them, or I don't know. That was the singer's job.
Ducking bottles.
Ducking bottles. Yeah, I mean they weren't like throwing them hard. They were tossing them, but
Okay.
maybe we were supposed to catch them or something. Maybe I don't know.
You know, I have actually played a venue where they had the chicken wire wrapped around, and if they did not like you, they would throw the bottles, the beer bottles, at the stage. But if they liked you, they would slam the glass on the floor. So heaven forbid if anybody fell, because they'd be cut all up to pieces. You know.
Oh wow.
But
That's I have heard of that. I've never seen it.
right. Oh,
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life.
I have seen many of folk walk, and they invited us back, and people who liked us, you know, they'd be drinking, and they'd roll around in the glass, you know, drunk, you know, whatever, and they'd be all cut up at the end of the night.
Oh
and
yeah.
unreal.
I've seen people break glow sticks open and drink it.
Ooh.
I'm like, wait, there's glass in there. Apparently, they didn't give a shit.
No, at that
I
time,
mean,
no. Nope.
Crazy.
So, you know, we talked about this before the show aired, and I'm going to go ahead and say right now to our audience that viewer discretion advised, because this is rock and roll. I'm not going to censor anything. So if you are averse to any kind of language or cursing, I'm sorry, but rock and roll is rock and roll, and the truth is the truth. So, groupies.
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 So we talked about this, and I thought about it, and you know what I figured out? The best thing about groupies is not exactly what you would think.
Oh, you got to
The
explain.
best
that
thing about groupies, they have cars, they have food, they'll do anything. They have clothes. They have cool clothes. So back in the 80s, man, the more you look like a girl,
Right.
the hotter chicks you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course they had some serious other benefits. And you could do whatever you wanted to them. The giving them the shocker. Do you know what the shocker is?
No, you got to. Go for it.
You don't know what the shocker is?
The heck no. What
The
is
shocker. The shocker is two in the pink and one in the stink.
You know what? I'm gonna remember that. Next
There's a
time.
song. There's songs called. Just Google it, or go to YouTube and look up the Shocker. Do you know who Steel Panther is?
Yes, I do. Okay. Okay. Now,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I
okay, you don't.
I know
No
now.
explanation needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of those things like. Oh, that's a whole different show though.
The shocker. Oh
The
yeah. This.
Shocker. There's a Spocker, which is two in the pink and two in the stink, and then there's a Squirter, which is,
Yeah.
nobody. I don't even have to explain that one. Um, Wait a minute. Did we change the whole subject of the show?
No. We're
Did
still
we even
talking
have
about
a
you.
subject?
We are still
Oh,
talking.
we're talking about me.
Yes, the
If we're
groupies.
talking about me, we're talking about the Shocker, the Spocker, the Squirter, the minivan. The minivan is two in the front and five in the back.
See.
So the groupies. Okay, so oh yeah, we talked about this earlier too. I was saying
Yes, we did.
that
Yes.
the ones that really like dress like groupies and all that,
Right.
those are the tame ones. It's the ones that just kind of hang out in the corner and they're really quiet and they're not like front and center at the stage.
Right.
Those are the ones you want because those are the fucking freaks. Those are the ones that you got bent over in the back of the fucking equipment truck, and making them bark like a dog.
I believe
And I'm not making any. I don't have to make any of this stuff up. It's true.
it is true. Now, as far as did you have a lot of like guys who would look at you perform on stage and they tried, oh man, how'd you do that? Did you have male followers who wanted
Oh
to?
my god. Yeah, I got it all the time. So it was like, oh my god. So the drunk thing is, oh my god, you're awesome. I heard that like 50 times a night, and I was so drunk half the time I couldn't even play. But I found out that. So here was the thing. If you're in a band, you need to be the biggest rock star in the band.
Absolutely.
So that was my thing. I mean, it doesn't matter how good I can play or how good I can't play.
Mm-hmm.
It's how good you look, what you're doing, rolling around on the stage, jumping off the stage, just taking your guitar and just throwing it into the audience and hoping you don't kill anybody with it. But I mean, it's just, I mean, you've seen me do, oh my God, I can't even imagine what you've seen me do because I can't remember half of it. Because I drank so much Jägermeister and Corona that, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I tell you what, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I remember Jägermeister all too well.
Yeah. Wow. I was so I would probably get the first 5 or 6 in me.
Right.
And then all the next 10 after that, I wore half of it. So I was like sticky. My guitars, I'd open the case the next night to play.
Right.
And I couldn't even touch my guitar because it was just covered in beer and Jägermeister. And I would just have to I'd have to clean my guitar. Well, the first thing I would do is I'd restring it because the strings wouldn't even vibrate because they were so covered in goo. So and when I say goo, it may not even have been Jägermeister. Who knows what the fuck? So, what was the question?
we're still on the groupie question. Males coming up
Oh,
to
we're
you.
still be question.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I did get a lot of that, and I got a lot of people wanting me to give them guitar lessons.
Uh-huh.
And I said, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm not a very good teacher, but and when the internet came around and YouTube came around, I was like, you know what? Just go to YouTube because you're wasting your money paying me because there's 1,000 people on YouTube giving guitar lessons. And I'm not getting up anytime before like 4 o'clock in the afternoon anyway. So
you're also you run sound. You're a sound engineer as well. What got you into that?
so to keep from getting a real job
Right.
and working to keep staying in the music business, I learned how to do just about everything. So I did lighting. I was a stage hand, stage manager, uh, uh, audio engineer, just whatever it took just to keep from getting a real job. Now I did do some construction and stuff in there, but
Right.
I I didn't want to do a real. It just wasn't me. I lived life uh, on my own terms. I don't regret anything. Uh, now I never made a lot of money, but you know what? Money just isn't what life's about.
Right. Right. So you I know for a
So
fact. Oh, go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that you're very good with promotions, marketing and promotions as well.
I well, so I never really thought about it, but yeah, you gotta promote it to sell it.
And negotiating.
Negotiating, yes. Uh, you absolutely have to be. Well, you have to do a lot. You have to know business. You have to. You have to negotiate. You have to sell. You got to be. You got to be everything.
So I'm gonna backtrack to Eric Gitlin. Is he still around? Is he still playing?
Absolutely. Actually, Eric plays a lot of jazz. He's played uh, a lot of rock stuff. He's played punk stuff
Okay.
with his brother. He lives in St. Louis. He has a family. He he kind of went a totally different direction than I did.
Okay.
But yeah, we still talk on not necessarily talk, but we keep in touch with on Facebook.
Okay.
And I talk to his brother all the time on Facebook too.
So does he know the influence that he has that he made upon you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he changed my whole life. Absolutely.
Okay. So back to the groupers again. I'm staying on that question.
Oh, we're going on group. So you want to get to the groupie stuff, don't you?
We might have to do a part 2 interview with you on that and dedicate it strictly to groupies. Because
Wow.
I've heard some of those stories, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm gonna let you in on a little
Look,
secret. What? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna let you in on a
No,
little
I'm
secret.
telling you, if you heard a story about me and it was crazy and it sounded like it wasn't true, it's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll
I
tell
did
you.
it.
So you did it all. You know what? That was, it was a fun time. It was a wild time, and it still happens, but folks are a little bit more discreet about it. But it still happens. It still happens a lot, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's nothing's changed about
No,
no, nothing's you know
nothing's
what?
changed.
Since Buddy Holly broke the mold, uh, as far as that goes,
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't changed.
No,
In fact, it's grown exponentially.
it has.
Groupies are doing. Now, I'm not saying that Buddy Holly wasn't fucking some girl with the ass in the back of a truck, but there's somebody doing it. There's somebody. Well, there's not somebody doing it right now because nobody's playing.
Very true.
Well, they did open. They didn't open up the. They didn't open up the bars in Georgia, and I think we have like a 20 people minimum rule or something for a crowd, or
Yeah.
so, or maybe there's probably somebody doing it just for old time's sake.
It's possible.
Maybe I'll rent a truck. Maybe I'll rent a truck, and well, I can't. So I can't do it right, but
Right.
um. But look, my fingers and my tongue stay hard all night, so
You are.
so I could actually do it.
Next question. We're getting off this groupie thing before we become X-rated here. You know. I love to hear the
That's
story.
not X-rated.
Maybe.
My 20-year-old nurse is in there probably just going, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
Question.
Yes.
Did you ever play the Dynasty? I know I probably have met you before then. We probably met each other in passing.
Okay, so I did play the Dynasty, and that is the place that we played when I moved to Myrtle Beach. We came and played the Dynasty. And I'm sure I played the Dynasty other times as well.
Okay, how many times did you jump in the pool?
How many times did I fall in the pool in the middle of winter? Was wow. I forgot about the pool. They had a stage built over the pool.
Over the pool, yes, they did.
They had a stage built over the pool because the pool came into the building.
It did.
Like it was some kind of I don't know, country club building or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or before it was a club.
That's right.
Because they had tennis courts outside and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it had locker rooms with showers in it downstairs.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and there was some groupie action happening down there too.
I don't doubt it. That place was huge.
Yeah, that was a pretty big place. That was a fun place. I missed a lot of the Dynasty though because I was on the road then.
Okay. So what about Rebeck's? Is it Rebeck's Hideaway? Did you play there too, or?
So I did play at Ricky's. Bad part. So we played there a few times right before it closed.
Right.
The bad thing about it was we had to push the pool table out of the way to play. That's how small that place was. You know that they tore that place down and they're they're running the interstate in there into the military base.
Oh, mm,
Yep.
that's interesting.
So all that's different. Like there was a racetrack there, and
Mm-hmm.
a
I remember that.
and Ricky's place, and there was a
Mm-hmm.
railroad track there,
Right.
and they wiped all that out, and they're building an interstate. I think it's coming off of. I have no idea. Out there, I haven't been anywhere in almost 2 months.
Right. You still there?
Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
these zombies. Yeah, the
Zombie
zombies
apocalypse.
ain't gonna get me.
I don't blame you.
The zombie apocalypse is not going to get me.
I run like hell myself, and I have to be out there, but I've run from it. No joke.
Yeah, so I stay home. Like I said, I have been to. I can't remember where I've been. I've been to my lawyer's office and to my doctor's office, I think, in the last 2 months.
Okay. So
And that was only because I had to.
now you've also ran sound for Tony Howard, and for those who don't know in the audience, Tony Howard is
I have.
another one. Is another legend in the area. He's been at it a long time.
Well, you know, Tony was huge. Well, so Tony was almost huge. So Tony worked with James Brown.
Yes, he did.
He worked with MC Hammer.
Yes, he did.
Uh, uh, Tony's always had phenomenal musicians.
He did.
So me and Tony had fun, but we didn't have like pitballs kind of fun.
No. He's
Because Tony, you need to get Tony on your show and talk about me, because Tony thinks I'm the craziest person on the planet.
But you know, with his shows,
But okay, so
it's
we
the
got to
show.
tell people.
Oh, go ahead. Tell him what.
We got to tell people now. Tony's not a rock star.
No.
Tony is a Tony does like a Motown type of
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
R&B, Motown, things like that. So it's a little more laid back.
Mm-hmm.
I would get fired if I had some girl bent over in the back of his truck.
I would, yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd be Das Boot. Don't no doubt. Das Boot.
I would be left in Birmingham, Alabama.
But Tony is a really, really good guy. If you get a chance to see his show, he puts on a really, really good show. Like Lynn was just saying, Tony has worked under James Brown, studied under James Brown for a number of years. Godfather of Soul, and
Tony, one of the first people I went to see when I got out of the hospital.
It's a good guy. He really is. He's helped me out a lot too.
Yep, great guy.
He really is.
Yep.
So we've moved from groupies to the dynasty to here's a favorite subject.
Oh my gosh, we went to.
Oh yeah, we're all over the place, but that's just how we've always been like that, you know. But
Yeah.
love and music.
Love and music.
Love and music. How were you able to balance being in love, married with somebody, etc., and being able to play and having back to the groupies, going and having groupies around you. That's a hell of a.
Okay,
Go ahead.
when I was married, I never cheated on my wife. But as far as loving groupie or loving music,
Right.
my wife told me to get a job or get the fuck out, and I got the fuck out. So
How long were you married?
there you go.
How
I
long
was
were you
married
married?
for about 4 years. I was with
Okay.
her for about 10.
Okay.
I met her, and I was playing music when I met her,
Mm-hmm.
and I did everything I could do to not get a job while I was with her. And so she went to school, and she is a brilliant person. She
Mm-hmm.
is probably she was working for DSM Chemicals last time I heard from her.
Okay.
She so she probably has a PhD, and uh she probably has a PhD in some kind of crazy accounting something. But she's a great person.
Right.
It's just I wasn't the right person for her.
Gotcha. So I take it she was not in music. She was not. Was she involved in music in any way?
You know what? She used to run lights uh, for us, for our band, Brother Ed.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
uh, so 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 yeah, she was involved in a
Okay.
way, yes.
Okay.
But then while she was going to school, and then I I think when she started making money, uh, she said, "Fuck y'all," or something. No, she I think we moved. Um, the band broke up, or we
Right.
moved, or who knows. That was so
Right.
long ago.
So
I think I got divorced in 2004.
okay. You know, again. I'm sharing another little secret about myself. It's tough when you're involved with someone who does not know the business or does not understand the business. It's very, from at least on my end, it was very difficult.
No, on mine as well.
And and it was kind of difficult when I was involved with somebody who was involved in the music because you know, especially when you have two
I,
musicians who are
yes.
stars in a band, and you can't separate the stage from the personal life. It becomes a little bit challenging.
You're right. So the two original songs that I sent you with
Yeah.
the girls singing on them.
Yeah.
So we were dating,
Right.
and and we uh, we didn't exactly see eye to eye on a lot of things.
I know the voice in the video. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm not gonna call the name, but I know who
Yeah.
she is. Yes.
No, her name's Angela Branson. She's a very talented girl.
Yes.
She's uh um it's just that yeah, when you get two musicians together, it's uh musicians are very opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
They're wow, we have powerful egos. Um putting two musicians together is like crazy.
Sometimes it's
It's
real hard.
almost
Go ahead.
well, it's hard to be a musician anyway in the real world. Um, the music is the easy part.
Yes, it is.
The the rest of it is tough as hell.
I would agree. and
See,
it's
look,
hard
I'm
to
getting
find that
some more
balance.
light.
Oh, nice.
It is. Oh wait. Uh, yeah. So I've been sitting here just holding the phone, just and not even thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah. So it. I've never really thought about it, but it's hard to be a musician in a non-musician world. It's hard to be a musician in a musician's world.
It is.
You get a lot. So, oh my gosh, being in a band. The guys I'm playing with now are they don't they don't have egos. They're they they come in there. We play. They leave, and that's and there's no drama or anything like that. But I've been in bands where it ended up in fist fight over stupid shit, just being drunk or whatever. Um, wow, I never thought about that. That's deep. Yeah, being a musician is tough.
It really is. It looks easy on the stage, but a lot of people don't understand the preparation for it. And as you well know, stage presence, that's a whole different animal all by itself. You almost have to, for lack of a better
Yeah,
term, black out
you
to
got to be a
understand.
musician.
Got to be a
I mean,
musician.
you got to be an entertainer.
You do.
Like Tony Howard, one of the best
Once again,
entertainers ever.
yes,
Um, I cannot believe Tony did not uh, get more popular than he did.
his stage presence, and I would always ask Tony. I'm like, how did you do that? Well, what did you do? How did you do that? And he's like, do what? And I'm like, what you just did. He said,
He
it just
doesn't
comes.
know.
He doesn't
Yeah,
know it. It comes natural. Comes very natural for him.
but he
Definitely.
has it within 5 minutes. He has the whole crowd eating out of his hand.
Definitely.
Every show without fail. If his even if his voice was ragged out from the night before,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't sing
Right.
as well as he could,
Right.
he still had that thing.
He
He
did.
had he owned that crowd every show.
Total package.
Yes, the total package.
As you are.
And thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
his son AJ has it too.
I haven't seen AJ in a long time. I think he was a teenager last time I saw him. I take it he's a full grown man now.
Yep, he's a man now. He's a big guy. I mean, he's huge now. He's bigger than I am.
Wow.
Uh, but he's got the stage presence, the look, the voice. Uh, um, yeah. Uh, he'll go far.
So we were talking behind the scenes about you being involved in country music. I don't see this, but tell me about that.
Only as far as being uh, either in the audio side of it or the lighting sound of it.
Yeah.
Lighting sound. Uh, I got way too high before this interview. Um, the yes, the audio or the lighting side.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why you got so high,
Uh,
Deb. Or so, but so that was where the money. That's where the jobs were in the '90s.
right.
It was that terrible '90s. It sounded like '80s rock with a fiddle and a steel guitar. Yeah.
So how long did you do
It,
that?
I think I did that through most. Oh shoot, I did that through probably from '95 to '05 ish.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as that trend was there, it seemed like every time I got a phone call for a job, it was like, oh, it's such and such a band, and I'm like, okay. So I go and I show up to whatever, light it up or make it sound. It
Hmm.
would it'd be some country band, some 80-pound little cute little girl singing about how she got her heart broke or things like that. But I mean, it was a job, it,
Right.
and it kept me from driving nails.
Yeah. It,
That now I also got to work for some cool bands like Three Dog Night. I worked for Blue Oyster Cult for a little while.
okay.
Uh, I worked for Driving and Crying for a few shows, and
Kevin Kinney.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Kevin Kinney. Now, so Kevin, so it's funny. So when I think the first show I did with Driving and Crying, they had just had some hits,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like these big rock stars. And then later on, like a few years later, it might not have even been a few years. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about Kevin,
Right.
but they were driving around in a rental van, stringing their own guitars.
Yeah.
um, but Kevin, I remember the last time I saw Kevin, uh, he was stringing his guitar in the rental van. He goes, "Hey man," and I walked over there and he had a half a gallon of Jack Daniels. And you know what happened after that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I don't.
So did you ever get a chance to work with because you know Athens is not too far from Augusta. So you ever get a chance to work with REM or B-52s or any of
No,
those folks? No?
no. But the incident with the half a gallon of Jack Daniels was in Athens. How the fuck did you know that?
Wild guess.
There was just some. It was. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of festival or.
Hmm.
You know, it's like everything just runs together like that. It's like you don't remember what club was called what or what town it was in. You're like, yeah, remember that club we played in that had that blah 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 whatever or oh, you remember that girl that we fucked in the swimming pool behind that club? What club? What town was that in? I don't know.
They start running
That's
together after a while.
oh yeah, and now that um shit. Now that I haven't done anything in 10 years, really,
Right.
um, just fuck. I don't remember any. I don't remember any of it. I just remember the good parts, the playing parts, and where it was, and um, that that's pretty funny.
So uh, going back to musical instruments, what was the best, and if you still have it, what was the best, or if you have it or not, what was the best guitar you just ever laid your hands on? It's like, I'll never part with this, or you kept, or.
Wow. So I had this white Stratocaster, and I can't remember how long I had it, but I played it until the frets were so worn out I couldn't play it anymore. And then there was another one. It was a black Stratocaster. Same thing. Played it until the frets were just worn down so much I couldn't play it. And I had it refretted, but it just wasn't the same.
Right. So, are you a Strat man or
Uh,
what?
okay, so Strat shaped Strat style guitars,
Mm-hmm.
but I I rip all the pickups out of it. I hate Stratocaster pickups.
Mm-hmm.
I put one humbucker in a guitar and that's it. Because I'm only going to do one thing, and that's rip your fucking face off. Uh, and a Stratocaster just ain't going to do it.
Wow.
Yep. The Eddie Van Halen school of guitar building.
I was about to say that. So you
Yep.
have your own versions of the Frankenstrat.
I I do. So I have 3 guitars
Right.
right now. Well, I have 4 guitars right now. So I have
Mm-hmm.
2 Kramers. They both have one pickup. I have uh, an EVH, which is the Eddie Van Halen uh, Bumblebee,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a another Strat that's actually a Hello Kitty Strat
Mm-hmm.
that I revamp. I put hotter pickups in, or one hot pickup in, a better bridge, and a better neck on. But it still says Hello Kitty on the back. And then I took it to a place that oh, the echo's killing me. I took it to a place that wraps trucks. You know the car wrap things
Yeah.
that has whatever ads on it and stuff. I took it to a place that does that, and I had a ring of fire put on the front of it.
I thought you had a
So
gym.
it's in one of those videos. I did have a gym, and I played the frets off of that one too.
Wow.
Um, yep.
So we've been at it with this interview. Let me tell you how long it's been. 57 minutes. I'm getting old. I got to put the
We,
glasses on here. 57 minutes.
I don't even think we started yet.
No, we haven't. Not even close. So you let me know because when we talked, I told you between 15 and 30 minutes. But if you want to stay on longer,
Yeah.
because we hadn't gotten to the rest of your story yet. But I'm having
Yeah.
a ball.
Oh, I am too, and I knew we would. That's why I was saying we needed to get online
Mm-hmm.
long before the interview because there's probably stuff that you probably don't want to air about yourself. But yeah, but there's a very important part of my story that I want to tell. But if you want to talk about other things first, we can do that.
No, I mean, I'm done with that portion. I think I've covered pretty much that part of your life. If you want to get to, I'm gonna confess again. When I did the promo for you showing up, I didn't say anything about your testimony because I wanted you to be the one to tell the whole story. I think that's only fair. And if you're ready to talk about
Okay,
it, let's do it.
sure. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so my brother, who was the drummer in many bands I was in, and my best friend, uh, he had um, he was mentally ill. He was an alcoholic, and he had diabetes. So he had a lot of demons.
Right.
Um, On February 22nd of last year, he shot me twice in the back. He shot uh, at my mother and missed her by inches. Um, and then he shot himself. So, um, mental illness is a huge part of what I want to pursue. Uh, trying to help people in his situation. Uh, it's very treatable. It you don't have to live with it, but it's hard to help people that don't want help. Uh, so in his case, when I tried to help him, he thought that I was trying that I was against him, that I
Right.
was saying, "Oh, okay, well, this is something's wrong with you. You need to be fixed or whatever." And I'm sure that's the case with a lot of people.
Right.
Um, it, it it's it's a tough thing to deal with. It's so I actually lived. So I moved in to with my mother and him to take care of my mother, knowing that my life was in danger because he, in no certain terms, told me that he was going to kill me because he most likely he was a paranoid schizophrenic, uh, because he thought that me and my mother were against him and were going to put him out on the street. And he was always told that he was going to inherit this house, and which he was. Uh, but um, there was nothing we could tell him to make him believe that. So, uh, so, so what I want to do is I want to talk to veterans. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Uh, Kids get bullied and kill themselves uh, uh, over shit that people put on Facebook about them. A lot of suicides over that. First responders, more first responders die by their own hand than they do on the job.
Right.
So that's so so I think that's a good start with those three. But I have a lot of healing to do before that happens. And when I say healing, I should probably explain. So the first bullet that went in me went straight into my spine and fragmented and is all through my body. Uh, it's on my lungs. It's on my liver. Very small pieces. It's in my spine. It's in my in the inside of my abdomen muscles. Uh, the second bullet, uh, the second time he shot me, I was on the floor. It went in my lower back and traveled straight up my rib cage, my right rib cage, punctured my lung, went through my liver, went straight up my rib cage, and destroyed my right rib cage. And this is a year later, and uh, it's still sore to the touch. They had to take out ribs. They had they this is the side of me that they did the surgery on me to save my life. So I have a huge scar that's probably an inch wide and 10 inches wide under my arm. my ribs actually hurt more than my back does. I have a spinal cord injury. I am a paraplegic,
Right.
but uh, that that doesn't define me. I am still the same person I was. I this wheelchair is not a part of me. That guitar is. I have no animosity towards my brother whatsoever because he was sick. He didn't know what he was doing. Um, but please, if you have thoughts of harming yourself, or if you uh, know someone that does, the National Suicide Hotline number is 1-800-273-8255. Please get help. Don't it's not worth it.
I'd like to add something
It's
to that, if that's okay.
sure,
I knew Daniel
absolutely.
as long as I've known you, and Daniel.
Hmm.
The times that I knew Daniel, he was always, when I saw him, he was always happy, and every time he played, Chucky was nearby. He always associated himself with Chucky, Child's Play, the
He,
dog.
yeah, yeah, he sure did. He always
And
had Chucky. So we don't know what happened to Chucky. We found and we found Chucky's arm with a handcuff on it.
okay,
So something happened to Chucky.
okay,
We don't know. And I'm being serious. I'm not
right,
trying to make a
right,
joke of like
right,
about a horror movie joke,
right,
but Chucky saw his fucking arm off because he was handcuffed to something. I don't know
okay,
what. I don't know.
right.
But yeah, he always had Chucky on his drum set.
He did, and it was a part of
Yeah.
of who he was. And
Yep.
when I heard about, when it all happened, Lynn, it got circulated. People, circulated on Facebook. I'm out here in California. I was like, oh gosh, what can I do? What can I do? And then when you died, actually, you told me you passed away and came back.
I did. I absolutely did.
So you are a living, breathing testimony to not taking life for granted.
Oh, that's right. Every new day is a blessing. It's a gift. I rarely get depressed. I always have a good attitude, and that's what gets me through uh, every day.
Your progress, because you're going through physical therapy right now, and I see the
Yeah.
videos all the time. You are amazing.
Thank you.
Your
I you know
progress.
I work my ass off.
It, it-
I am way ahead of where I should be as far as mobility and things like that. As far as
mhm.
healing, I'm pretty much right on track. I
That's
still
wonderful.
have I still have at least a year of healing to do.
Right.
Uh, and this has been over. It's been over a year since the shooting.
Right.
So because that one bullet shredding like that
Right.
is everywhere. The other bullet is in one piece, and all these bullets are inside me. I mean, they went in and they took out what they could
Mhm.
and saved my life, but that's all they could do.
Right.
And we were right. We were just starting to look into getting fixing things right when the zombie apocalypse started.
Mhm.
We we literally I literally had so I went and I had a myelogram done.
Mhm.
So that was the first test I had, and then I had an appointment the first week of March And of course, they were like, "Okay, that's not going to happen." So, so everything's been put on hold for that.
Mm,
But I mean, it's okay because I still got time. Still got to sit around and heal.
that's true. You know, and segueing into Treatment Relief Help Corporation. Now, before we get started with them, Bruce Sisk, does he ever sleep? Because every time I look around, he's doing something. He never sleeps.
Bruce Sisk does not sleep. Bruce Bruce is one of the most awesome people on the planet. He is always coming up with ways to raise money
Right.
to help me. He builds furniture, sells it, and pay. He's paid my bills before.
Right.
He's paid my hospital bills. Uh, when the hospital says no, you're not going to get this treatment, he has some sort of connections to where they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Webster. I did not realize who you are. We're going to give you this treatment, and we're going to waive the fee." It's amazing what Bruce has done. It's treatmentreliefhelp.org. They are 100% donation funded. So please donate to them. They help a lot of people. Um, I, it's amazing how this is now. This is Bruce's life is dedicated to helping people. He does nothing but help people.
Now, is he a musician as well?
He is a musician as well. He plays for a band called Night Train International.
Okay.
And they travel the world, and it's a Guns N' Roses tribute band.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never know that he was a musician. He looks like a businessman. Uh, but when he takes his hat off, his hair falls down to his waist.
Now, tell me about the event that they had, the fundraiser. Was it last year?
Okay, so it was January 27th. We went
Mm-hmm.
to Thornburg, Virginia, and it was so Firehouse was the headliner. Uh, the night train opened, and
Mm-hmm.
then there was like an all-star jam with um, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but it was Bret Michaels band, um, and Johnny Rod from Wasp.
Okay.
I got up there and played. Bruce got up there and played. Just a lot of musicians got up there. Les Paul Dill, which is Mick Mars's son,
Mm-hmm.
got up there and played. Uh, um, it was an awesome event. Um, it was a lot of planning. So he had just started planning another one before all this started happening. Uh, but he kind of put it on hold because we really don't know we don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. So there's a guitar that's floating around. That's going up for. I believe it's for auction. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
So there are two guitars, and one's a king. One has a king the graphic on it, and one has a queen graphic on it.
Right.
It's like a skull. Uh, they are modeled after Mick Mars's tattoos. Uh,
Nice.
these guitars play amazing. They are made by Les Paul Dill and Michael Fulkerson. Uh, they these are now these guitars are they're incredible guitars. Uh, so they're $40. for one raffle ticket to win both guitars. They're
Nice.
beautiful. They are beautiful. The artwork on them is amazing. Uh, the, the 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 necks are amazing. They're some of the best playing guitars I've ever played. Um,
So would a person go to treatmentreliefhelp.org to locate how to enter?
treatment treatmentreliefhelp.org and go to donate
Okay.
and just send them $40 and bookmark a guitar. Or if you
Okay.
just send, or if you send, you know what? If you send, you pretty much send any amount over $40. I believe that he's giving raffle tickets, and if he's not, he's going to
Nice.
kill me and give away raffle tickets. But so let me put on my glasses, make sure you got it right. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
treatment treatmentreliefhelp.org.
You know, I got to put mine on too. That's it.
You know what's so funny is so many people get that wrong. So it's kind of a running joke between me and Bruce that people can't get the name of the organization right.
But you know, he really does a lot. I follow him through the Facebook page,
Yes.
and I just added him as a Facebook friend, and I'm glad he accepted it because I hope he's out there at least watching it, whether it's in replay or he's watching this live. Bruce, you really are doing a lot, and I really appreciate it. What you're doing for Lynn. Lynn looks wonderful. He really does,
You
and
know,
thank
I
you.
and I have a lot of that to thank to Bruce because he 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 has connections and his he pays for my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
He pays for so he pays for what my insurance doesn't. And
Very
I
nice.
have I have Medicaid because I
Okay.
didn't have insurance.
Right.
So and I might as well not have insurance,
Right.
really. But he has helped me tremendously. He brings me food. He
Mm-hmm.
brings me. I mean, he'll just like put money in my PayPal account just
Right.
because he helps me. I can't say enough about Bruce and his organization. I can't say treatmentreliefhelp.org enough. And like I said, it's 100% donation funded. Uh, so please give.
Mm-hmm.
If you give $40 or more, you get a chance at these guitars. And if you go to my Facebook page, which is Lynn Webster, or treatmentreliefhelp.org, if you go to their website, the guitars are on there.
Mm-hmm.
They're signed by Mick Mars, Keith Jenkins. You know who Keith Jenkins
Oh,
is.
I know exactly who Keith Jenkins is.
So
Yes.
so Keith's signature's on there, and George Lynch's signature's on there so far.
Oh, nice.
And so Bruce was going to travel the country and have all these people. He has all these people lined up to sign it. And he was traveling, and just like everything else, the world shut down, and so he can't go get these signatures. That's
Wow.
so that sucks. But when these, I mean, and there's gonna be some heavy hitters on there. I mean, and it blows me away that Mick Mars and George Lynch are going out of their way to help me. So uh, if George Lynch and Mick Mars can go out of their way to help me, Joe Blow uh, should should buy some raffle tickets to help. And it just doesn't just help me. He helps a lot of other people as well. So, but it does help me. It helps a lot of people. He pays for people's funerals. Families can't afford them. He paid for Christmas for families.
Mm-hmm.
Um, things like that. Jeez, man, uh, he turned my house into a Christmas wonderland, uh, because we didn't really have, um, we just really didn't have a lot of Christmas spirit at that time, because my
Right,
brother
right,
had passed away
right.
a year before, and my mother just passed away, um, on February 17th.
I'm sorry to
I
hear that.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it sucks. I cremated my mother on the anniversary of my brother's death. That was tough.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's
I
getting
can
so
imagine.
dark out here.
I know it is getting dark. I just noticed in just a matter of minutes how it just automatically changed.
Yeah, well, yeah. This once the sun hits it, I'm gone.
Right.
Oh shit, my phone's about gone too.
Uh oh.
Okay, so wait a minute, but we can fix this.
Okay.
Hey, Taco, come and get me.
Taco?
Taco's her nickname. Taylor's her
Oh, okay.
name.
Oh,
Taylor. Taylor is amazing. Taylor is my caretaker.
right.
Can you?
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hi. How you doing, Taylor?
I can't hear her.
Oh yeah, you can't
No,
hear
I
her.
can't. What did you say?
I said, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You see, Lynn and I here just shooting the breeze.
Oh.
But I need to go in because I'm running out of telephone.
Oh, your phone's dying?
Oh.
My
Oh
phone's
my
dying.
goodness. Well, you
Yeah,
better
I gotta
charge
get your
it.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
get to a charger.
Come on. You want me to push it back up?
Yeah, you're gonna have to spin me around, and roll me backwards.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Let's
keep
do
on
that.
talking while you all are doing
Okay.
that. If you just tuned in, this is the
Oh, you
Radio
might want to
Takeover.
push me that
This
way and then
way.
out.
Takeover
Yeah.
with Dee Rivers. This is the live version, and my very first guest is a very dear friend of mine by the name of Lynn Webster. He is from my hometown of Augusta/Martinez, Georgia, and we're just sitting on here, just shooting the breeze and talking a lot about his life, what he's done, and what happened to him last year and his recovery and how
Oh my
he's doing
goodness.
and some of the things that he's associated with. And it has been a very, very. We always have fun talking. So this will be in replays. And Lynn, I'm gonna download a copy of this. I'll make sure you have this for your records. So you'll have that too.
Absolutely. That'd be great. I'd love to see it. Yeah, just roll me in there to the computer.
So while
Um,
you're. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, she was getting the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, um, I don't know if you can see her. She's
I can.
beautiful. Look
She
at
is.
her.
She's a cutie.
Look, I get. This is what I get. Hang on. So I got to put you down for a second.
That's all right. No, go right ahead. Keep
So I
talking.
can,
I'm listening.
so I can plug myself in here.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. So it is. It's an honor to have her take care of me.
Oh, I'll bet. And so while you're doing that, I'll mention treatmentreliefhelp.org. Please go to the website and take a look at what Bruce
Yes.
Sisk and his organization is doing. He, like I said, he never sleeps because he's constantly working all the time.
Now let me tell you what else he does. Augusta Woodworks.
Oh, that's him.
He builds custom furniture that is so unique. Um, his furniture, um, it's crazy. The things the ideas he comes up with, and he works with a sculptor
Uh-huh.
that does ironwork, and he incorporates that into his furniture as well.
Oh, that's nice. I saw some work that he did with a chair of a client. Somebody broke it, a worker or something broke it, and how there was a piece missing.
Oh, that what? Yes.
And you can't tell. You can't tell that it was broken.
No, and it was crazy. It was some kind of hand carved chair, and I don't know how the other piece got missing.
Right.
But Bruce had to hand carve the piece exactly the same but opposite to make it. It was to make it a circle.
Incredible work.
Oh, oh shit! My phone went black.
Still there?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there I am.
Okay.
Wait.
There you go.
Yeah, there I am. I don't know what's going on. I just got this phone a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's okay.
I hate it. Yeah. I don't even know how to use it.
Well, you know, I told you right before the interview that I had a surprise for you.
Yeah.
And it's sentimental, actually. And no, I couldn't find your 30-year-old son. That's an inside joke for those who's listening.
Oh, I have a 30-year-old son somewhere. Oh my gosh.
You remember this?
I do remember that. I remember getting drunk and spelling thank. I put thank you on it and I spelled it wrong. Look at that. So I gave Dee that guitar I don't know how many years ago.
Long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
I still have it.
That I see that.
I still have it, and it's gonna stay with me. And I want to let you know that
that's awesome.
I know. I appreciate everything that you have done for me.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. You've been a great friend.
Oh, likewise.
I cannot believe you still have that guitar.
I still have it. And I also want to let you know if something happens to me where the Grim Reaper wants to come and snatch me up for some reason.
That's not going to happen.
Let's hope not. But it'll go back to you. It's already included in my will. I'm going to give it back to you.
That's awesome. But no. You're way younger than I am. You got a long way to go.
But I wanted to show you that just to let you know, yep, it stays with me. It's insured. I play it from time to time. I play it from time to time. I'm not going to play it in front of you, though, right now. Cause,
come on, play.
No. I'm intimidated by you. I can't do it.
If I had, so we'll do another one of these, but if I have to have some kind of camera set up.
Right.
To where it would stay stationary so I could play guitar. But you have some clips.
I do.
If you wanted to play those, but yeah. So I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to hold this phone or set this phone up and be able to play guitar. But that's what I wanted to do was, but you know, we got plenty of time left.
That's right.
So we got plenty of time left to live to do
exactly. That. But I wanted to show you that guitar and just let you know it's still in my hands.
That's amazing. I can't even believe that.
Many years.
Yep.
So you tired or you want to keep talking?
I am tired, but I will talk. Let's see.
What? We've been on air now. Let's see. This is unorthodox for me, but you know what? It's an hour and a half. You know, I need to let you get some sleep.
What I just found.
Okay. But you got to promise to let me come back on your show.
You damn straight.
You can come back on my show.
That's right.
It'll be a Lynn show.
You know what? I'll tell you my version of the groupies, which you wouldn't believe it.
Your version of the groupies?
Mm-hmm. My version of the groupies. My version of the groupies.
Okay, so you got to remember rides and food and sex.
Right.
And I am by no means putting groupies down because
Right.
I love you all.
Oh, absolutely. They're the ones that keep us going.
It's especially the ones that go, I'm not a groupie. Those are the
Yeah,
biggest groupies there are.
there are.
I'm not a groupie. Bullshit. Yeah.
You know what? I am gonna let you go. It's this we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes. This is it's been great, but I know you're tired. You're 3 hours ahead of me.
I am.
You're 3 hours in time.
Because I have a time machine.
Lynn, it has been a
It's
pleasure.
crazy. What the hell are you doing over there?
What, out in California?
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, I know what you're doing over there. I just think it's funny.
I came out here because of a man.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. That was your first mistake. Are you still with him?
No.
See? You know what? I went a lot of places because of a girl. So I can't say anything bad about you.
It's been an experience coming out here. I've been out here to California prior to me moving out. I came out for a blues show back in 2006, I think it was. But I saw it. I'm like, whatever. But I had just divorced, and I met him.
Yeah.
In Augusta. We hit it off right away. Blah 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 blah. And he's like, well, hell, let's move. Let's try something out. I'm like, I was looking for something fresh and a new start anyway. After going through a divorce, I'm like, hell with it. I'm game. Sold everything in my house. Sold my house. Sold everything. Brought the guitar though, and
I sold everything, but I kept the guitar, and I moved all the way to California.
All the way. It's 10 years this year. 11 years. 11 years this year. Been out here.
Wow.
I don't regret it. He and I are still friends. We're still good friends. But things happen.
Yeah.
And I'm a wild one, so yeah, it's hard to tame a wild one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about. It's always the quiet ones that are the craziest ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You took them glasses off quick, didn't you?
Oh gosh, Lynn, it's just been. Go ahead.
I have behaved myself so good this whole time we've been talking. I'm proud of myself.
I'm not gonna be good though, because I'm gonna tell them about the flashing episode. Remember that?
Oh Jesus Christ! No, what?
Remember I came to visit you last year, and we were talking. And,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were talking. For those who don't know, because I'm gonna try to embarrass you. I know it's we're the same age.
You can't embarrass me.
Can't embarrass you. I've tried that. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
We were talking or whatever, and he had an assistant that was helping him get ready for bed. And, we're just talking and going on. And, as she was, helping him prepare for bed, he flashed me. Remember that?
I do.
Flashed me.
So you can, okay, so this is what happened. So she was changing my diaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm sitting in a diaper right now.
Right.
It could be a loaded diaper. I'm not sure. Taco's gonna find out here in a minute, though. Yeah. So and then I got a surprise too.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because I
was more surprised than you were.
Well, I was feeling some kind of way that morning, so I said, you know what? How dare you flash me? And you think you're gonna get away with this? You're not gonna get away with it. So he was, Lynn was talking like he normally was. I just casually mentioned to him. I said, "Hey, you flashed me." He's like, "I did." He said, "Well, I didn't mean I can't help. It's part of what I'm doing." Up with my top.
Yeah.
So we're even.
That was awesome.
So there is.
Oh no! If we're even, there's no game.
There's no game. We're even now. But
we can't be even. If we're even, there's no fun in being even.
Well, being two musicians, there's some level of creativity somewhere out there.
Absolutely.
We just hadn't found it yet.
Oh, well, yep. I've been looking all my damn life. I learned how to play guitar 40 years ago.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Tell me about it. We've been in this game a long. We both need to write books.
Oh, you know what? I am going to write a book.
You should. I'm
going to write a book about, mostly about what's happened in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
About mental illness and such as that. But I'm going to write about stories about my adventures or my misadventures.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there will be a book. I don't know how to write a book. I've never read a book.
You know what? There's always what they call it. You can record it from your phone.
So here's the deal. So what you do is you hire somebody,
right,
and you just talk.
There you go.
And they turn it into a book, and that's
it.
That's pretty much how I would do it. Now you can't be like Ozzy Osbourne, and I don't know if you've read Ozzy Osbourne's autobiography,
right,
but he wrote it, and you can't fucking read it because it's written like he talks.
Oh, I got to look for it.
It's a great read, but it's a slow one. You gotta like go back and go, what the fuck, and read like every line twice.
I gotta find it. Definitely gotta find it.
It's a great read. So is Ace Frehley's autobiography is a good one. Of course, the Heroin Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
Great read. And hopefully mine will be a great read. Who knows?
I believe it will.
We'll find out.
You got to get out there in that book signing circuit.
That's what I'm going to do. So as soon as I'm able to really travel, I'm still. I mean, I hurt. I'm in pain all the time still.
Right.
But it's getting better. It's getting way better.
Well, that's good.
And hopefully once all this coronavirus thing is over with, I'll get back into getting fixed.
Let's hope this is over. Let's hope that things get back to normal sooner than later. We'll see.
Yeah, this is crazy, isn't it?
We're witnessing something that we've never witnessed before, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in it's been a couple of generations.
It has.
Since this has happened, since anything like this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
we'll find out.
I better let you go. I better let you get back to it.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
1:30. I can't see shit without my glasses.
I can't either. It don't matter how close I am to it.
1:39. I'm just watching the time. That's all.
It's fuck. I can't see that clock on there. 1:39:30. There you go.
There it is. So those in the audience, once again, this is the Radio Takeover with Dee Rivers live and in person with the one and only my dear friend Lynn Webster, all the way from Augusta, Georgia. We have been talking about any and everything. And
we haven't even started.
Haven't even started yet.
So we'll do this again, and oh my God, and we'll get down and dirty.
We'll get down and dirty next time. Be ready for it now. Be ready.
Yeah. So this was fairly clean.
Fairly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it was like safe for work or children. I wouldn't have brought children in on this one, but yeah, we did good. Thank you, Dee, for having me. Please have me back.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to have me looking up, what is it, the stinker or the pinker or whatever?
It's the shocker. Steel Panther, the shocker. 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. It feels much better than you might think.
Oh, God, this has been too much fun.
Yeah.
And for anyone who wants to be interviewed on this show, this is pretty much how it's going to be. Very relaxed. Very, I'm not the type of person who, I'm not attacking or, trying to look for a one-up. It's just, I want all my guests to be comfortable and relaxed and, talk whatever they want to talk about. This is how the format's going to be.
Yep. The hardest thing is trying to keep your face in the damn frame.
It is. I have
There's my bicycle. I did 1,000 miles on that bicycle the year before I was shot.
Oh, you got to suspend it up. Okay.
I got it on the ceiling now.
Oh, that's nice.
My ass is gonna be on that motherfucker again.
There you go.
Yep.
Lynn, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Dee. Don't be a stranger.
I love you, right?
I love you too. So, you know what? Yeah, send me a link to this, and I'll put it on my page, and so we can spread the shocker across the land.
I keep calling it the stinker, but okay.
The stinker. Well, the stinker is only part of the shocker. So you can always spot a rookie who's been using the shocker because he walks around with a pinky that's brown.
Oh gosh.
I'm just quoting. I'm quoting great lyricist.
Steel Panther. My gosh.
What a great band.
They are good. They really are. You have yourself a wonderful night. Signing off, this is the Radio Takeover with Dee Rivers. You will see the videos coming up next right here on Facebook. You'll find out who the next guest is, Lynn. Don't be a stranger.
I won't. Thank you, Dee.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.